Hi there, and welcome to the Curious Collective podcast, conversations designed for the conscious community to bring awareness to those holistic practices to help you live your best life. So, tap into the wisdom and knowledge of our guests to extract what you need to heal, transform, and live as your true soulful self. Welcome, everyone. Today, your guest will be me, and we're tapping back into our chakra series. So, we did have the root chakra a few episodes back, and we're moving up now to learn more about our sacral chakras. So, for those of you that are watching on the YouTube, you get visuals as well. So maybe you want to visit them later if you are listening to the recording. So our sacral chakra is located just underneath our belly button or around that area where for women, womb is, your stomach and all the organs around there. The sacral chakra is in Sanskrit called Svadhisthana, and it means sweetness or juicy pleasure, connectedness. So elementally, the sacral chakra is connected to the water element, so that of flow, movement, connection. It is our feminine chakra as well, so it's where we connect to our feminine energy. It's where we connect to ourselves on that level of emotion, connection, pleasure, drive. So we'll go into it a little bit more. The color that represents this energy center, this chakra, is orange, beautiful orange. And the traditional symbology is a 6-petal lotus, and it represents the 6 passions. So lust, anger, greed, deceit, pride, and envy. So the buzzwords that are connected to the sacral chakra are feeling, passion, and pleasure. So feeling as in feeling the emotions we need to feel to heal. So this chakra, we'll go into it a bit more later, but is connected around if you're someone that has in the past or does now suppress emotions, this chakra and physically within the body could cause disruption for you. So passion, this is passion in life. This is passion in your everyday, as well as intimacy with self and others, relationships with others, and pleasure, connecting and finding pleasure in the small things like the breeze whispering through the trees and the bees landing on the flowers, and finding pleasure in life and living, in being in this body on this earth plane. So one of the challenges of this chakra can include becoming out of touch with ourselves, disconnected, and this is if you suppress emotions, because you might see emotions as being a weakness. What happens then is the shadow pops up around that, and is if you suppress emotions, you see others around you come into your life that might appear needy or emotional, and you might place judgment around that, when really they're just mirroring something you're suppressing. So that's super interesting about this particular chakra as well. Now, the emotion that is the demon of this chakra, or the one that really affects it quite significantly, is guilt. So guilt in the sacral chakra. So when we regulate our pleasures by guilt, we hold this as a rigidness within inside our body. So we might have a mundane job we don't enjoy going to, but we just go to it because we feel guilty about not bringing money home for the family. Suppressed emotion, you feel guilty about feeling a particular way, or blocked creativity also is a big one in the sacral chakra, because creativity comes from this area. So the expressions of this chakra are emotional intelligence, meaning connection to how you feel, allowing emotions to pass through, knowing that they are there as messengers to bring you a new awareness so that you can integrate and process that. Passion, creativity, intimacy, and movement, being able to flow through life, being able to move through situations, being able to have movement within a relationship, less rigidness. So anatomically within the body, the sacral chakra is connected to areas such as your abdomen, genitals, reproductive organs, kidneys, and bladder. So if you've had any physical issues with any of those sorts of parts of your body, or even issues with fertility, it can be linked to energetic imbalances within the sacral chakra. So let's look at what an overactive and underactive sacral chakra might present as. So overactive, psychologically, this can appear as bipolar, panic attacks, excessive emotion, mood swings, hypersensitivity to people saying things around you, emotional dependency on partners or friends, children even. Physically within the body, this can manifest as emotional eating, sexual addiction, substance abuse, a frequent urination, and really heavy menstrual flow. So let's go to the flip side of that and look at if that chakra is blocked. So psychologically, this is creative blocks. So you can't write or draw, or you say words and sentences like, oh, I've never been creative, or I can't draw, or someone might say, well, why don't you write down how you're feeling? And you just get your pen and your pen's on the paper and you're like, oh, I don't even know what to write. Fear of relationships, fear of commitment. So if anyone gets too close, you pop, smoke and run. Emotional coldness, inability to experience pleasure. So not able to connect to not only pleasure with yourself or a partner, but also the pleasure in life, being able to see, a juicy raspberry and take a bite into that and go like, oh, that tastes so good. The pleasure in nourishment, self-nourishment. So physically within the body, these blocked sacral struggles can present as fertility issues, nervous stomach, stilted or awkward movements. So you could be clumsy, uncoordinated, fall through doorways, always tripping over. Bladder infections, frequent bladder infections, kidney stones, or skipped menstrual cycles. There's not a consistent connection to that flow. So what does it look like to have a balanced sacral chakra? Let's feel into that. If you need to take a big deep breath to shake off all those others, if some of them presented for you that resonated quite deeply, don't attach story to it, don't place judgment around it. It's simply there as an awareness, so you've got something that you can do to balance and work on that energy within your body. So balanced sacral chakra. You feel really easygoing, you're able to connect with many different people, relationships come easily to you. You cultivate really healthy relationships, so ones of giving and receiving in equal flow. You feel really comfortable in your body, you live in creative flow, and you're quite sensual. Yes, please. Everyone wants balanced sacral chakra. So ways to balance. Let's look at this. We might want to drink more fluids. So pure, clean water gives us beautiful, plump, hydrated cells. So we're able to integrate and process things we might be working on in life, or frequency, if you're working with frequency, or music, if you're listening to music, swimming, getting in the ocean or the pool or the creek, going up to the creek, jumping in, having a bath, a nice beautiful bath. You can pop some essential oils in there as well, maybe. Showers are great to cleanse yourself if you've been around people that might have had quite toxic energy. And sacral chakra is all around relationships. So if you're someone that's been an overgiver of your time and energy, perhaps when you do call all that energy back home and concentrate on yourself, you do need to cleanse yourself of the others within your life who aren't used to that yet. Dancing, so dancing in a flowing way, just moving your body to the music, just really somatically connecting into the felt sense of your body, and anywhere that there's any holding or tightness, just sort of moving into those areas. So you might have tightness through the shoulders. So you might roll your shoulders or put your arms out and back. Whatever your body's telling you, you feel into your body and move to release that. So emotional release therapy. So you can do crying, hugging, hugging a loved one, someone that you know has beautiful energy. And you can also work through sacral chakra and breath work as well. Can bring up emotion for you to process and integrate as well. Cultivating healthy boundaries within relationships. And I feel like this is with the relationship with yourself as well as others. You know, what is it that I want more of in this life? And listening to yourself and giving yourself that and connecting to the pleasures in your life and what makes your heart sing. A float tank, if you've ever been to one of the city caves or the float tanks, like magnesium water, and you float on the top, and you do sensory deprivation, and then you can be in a dark room and just relaxes and unwinds your nervous system. Painting or drawing, or writing, just expressing your creativity. So if you're someone as a child that perhaps really liked to paint or draw or color in, this might be something that you could revisit and tap into in order to balance out the energy in your sacral chakra. So some mantras that you can use to really connect into sacral chakra balancing are, I am a desirable person. My feelings are good. I move easily and gracefully through life. It is safe to feel. Sometimes when we've suppressed our emotions for so long, it's actually really unusual to connect into and feel the emotions. And you don't need to give them a label. Sometimes what you can do is feel where they sit in your body. So you might be feeling anger, and then you can drop into your body with breath and go, where in my body is this sitting? Is it in my shoulders? Are my shoulders tense and tight? Is it through my back muscles? Is it in my guts? Where is this anger? And breathing into and moving that through the body as well. Some activities that we can do to balance our sacral chakra might be a yoga flow practice. So vinyasa flow would be really great, just something that's constantly moving. Swimming is fantastic. Spending time with immediate family, if you've got good connections and cultivated healthy boundaries with family. Deep tissue massage is really good. Dance movement therapy. Hot aromatic baths are really great. We've spoken to that before. And ecstatic dance, if you haven't heard of ecstatic dance before, it's just free movement and flow through the body to beautiful conscious music. So it can be quite fast-paced techno type music, or it can be really flowy. There's so many different types of ecstatic dance, but it is free movement and flow of the body in order to shift emotion. So a beautiful way to shift stuck emotion in the body is through movement, mindful movement. Some of the essential oils that you can use for sacral healing are generally the rich and sweet floral oils, such as geranium, the oil of love and trust, rose, divine love. Ylang ylang is the oil of the inner child. Jasmine, neroli is a really good one, and cardamom, if you've got that one, is delicious as well. Crystals that you might like to use could be your orange crystals, so carnelian, sunstone, or your red or rainbow jasper. Now, some of the sounds that you can use as resonance and sound helps to heal. Some of the sounds that you can use, there's a mantra for sacral chakra, which is VAM, so VAM. Sometimes when we hum these sounds through our body, the vibration of that sound through the body can help to shift and shake and move stuck energies. Any of your flowing music that you just want to sort of wave around the house to, and creative and sensual music as well is really, really good. If you're looking to do some yoga for sacral chakra, we've got 3 moves that we can chat about just now, given by beautiful Shan at Kaya Flow. And there's the seated or reclined butterfly pose. So this is where your feet come together and your knees are out. You can do happy baby if you want to look that one up. That's laying down flat on your back and just lifting your feet up and holding your feet with your legs spread nice and wide. And these are all act as opening through the hips and creating spaciousness within that area. You've also got your low lunge pose, which is like a hip flexor stretch if you've done that before in any of your practices. But if you were to look up the low lunge, you'll see imagery of that you can do. So really just opening up through the hips and stretching and moving the fascia in there to allow more spaciousness and flow into the area. So sacral chakra is a really, really big one. When we went through root chakra work, it was all around safety, security, survival, grounding and rooting. And it was the bowl that holds the water. So the water is the sacral now, the feminine flow. So without that bowl, that solid foundation at the root chakra, our sacral is just going to be flowing everywhere and the energy is not going to be contained. So as I said, if you're starting out new to the chakras, make sure you focus on and start with your root chakra and then shift up into the sacral, into your feminine flow. Now, for those men that are listening to this, you also have feminine within you. You have masculine and feminine energy within you. That beautiful yin yang symbol that shows the duality, the balance of both. Sometimes when we've been overly in, say, a job like the military or an emergency services role or something that's required us to be quite controlled with the go, 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 do, don't show emotion type roles, the masculine energy has taken over because it's been a way of survival or functioning. So what's super important as part of your self-care and as part of your inner work is to bring that feminine in and look at ways to balance that out. So sacral chakra work, your feminine energy center, is going to enable you to be able to tap into that more. So that might look like sitting in flow more, being creative, moving your body more, being more connected to the emotions that are coming up for you, feeling to heal, sharing in relationships, being quite vulnerable, because there is power in vulnerability. But it's also about cultivating beautiful, healthy boundaries for yourself where it feels safe to be able to do all of those things as well. So thank you very much. We've touched on some really key elements here to the sacral chakra. So we went through the basics of the sacral chakra, and we went through where it is in the body, what an overactive or underactive sacral chakra looks like, and then we went into what it feels like to be balanced and how some key ways to balance our sacral chakra. So thank you so much for listening. I have a sacral chakra part of my chakra program. So if you're looking to explore this more, or you're wanting to have an aura analysis and chakra scan to see what's going on within your energy, within your sacral chakra, please connect in with me and I would love to support and guide you through this. Thank you, listeners, and I will chat to you all next episode.